Hey everyone, and welcome to week 1's yoga sequence of the 21-day confidence activation. So we're going to be using movement through yoga here, just to tap into and move into our bodies, out of our head. We are focused on the root chakra this week, which is located at the bottom of our spine here. So just placing our hands down and taking some breaths to arrive. We're going to be focusing on grounding through our poses, building that stability. So again, when we're moving through the poses, just really focusing on our balance and our stability within holding the poses and how we feel within ourselves. So it's a nice quick one today that you can fit into any day that you feel that you just need to come back to center and feel a little bit more grounded. So just with the left hand now grounding down into the floor, connecting. We're just going to lift the right arm up into the air, having that nice stretch through the right hand side of the body, maybe looking up to the palm, bringing it down, over to the other side, right palm to the ground, and feeling that stretch along the left side of our body there. Giving your shoulders a little roll. And we're going to be moving into extended child's pose, so coming onto tabletop and bringing our knees wide and sitting back into child's pose. This is a great one for feeling grounded, for reconnecting to the ground, to the earth, pressing our forehead down, connecting, and just taking a few breaths here. Coming back up to tabletop, we're going to run through a few rounds of cat-cow just to get the spine warmed up. So taking a breath in, we're going to drop the belly and curve a line through our nose up, and exhale, curving the spine down. Inhale, dropping the belly, and then exhale, pushing through our hands, curving up like a cat. And inhale again. Just a few more rounds like this. Getting the spine nice and warm for our little practice today. Coming to tuck in the toes, and we're going to push up through the palms back into a down facing dog, pedaling that dog out. Just doing some nice stretches through the hamstrings here. So our sit bones want to be up, tilted up, and just feeling that really nice stretches along the hamstrings. And then we're going to walk our feet forward to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Arms can be heavy. We might go into a ragdoll. A few little bounces, movement from side to side, whatever feels nice here for you. And then we're going to drop the arms and slowly roll up to a standing position. We call this mountain pose. So this is a great one for feeling that grounded, but really kind of focusing on the foundation. Can you imagine roots growing from your feet down to the ground? Stepping that right foot back, moving into warrior one. We want to make sure that our front knee is above our front ankle and our back foot is at 45 degree. Bringing the arms up, keeping that nice bend through the front knee. And then stretching up to the sky. Now we're going to bring the arms down behind the back and clasping. And this movement is coming from the hip. So just tilting from the hip forward with our chest kind of leading with our chest. We might stop here. Or you might feel, if you feel comfortable, move forward into humble warrior. This is a great one, again, for that kind of stability through the legs, through the feet. And bowing down, surrender into the ground. Coming back up, tilting through the hips, releasing the arms. And we are going to turn the back foot to a 90 degree here and spinning the arms up. We're going to be moving into warrior two. So our front knee stays the same, our front leg stays the same, our knees over our ankle, shoulders down, and you want to feel like your left or both your hands are being pulled in different directions. Warrior two, this is a great one to just maybe whisper or silently say an affirmation to yourself. Like, I am strong, I am a warrior. Straightening that front knee, bringing the toes to the front, bringing the hands to the hips. And we're going to be tilting forward here, leaning forward again from the hips, so just slowly coming down. Got flat back there. And if it feels comfortable, coming all the way down. Your hands might meet your legs, might meet your thighs, your calves. It doesn't matter where they land. They might come to the floor. Wherever they land, it's absolutely fine. Just so you can feel that really nice stretch down the hamstrings, the back of your legs. Again, just feeling how stable you feel here. Bringing your hands back to your hips, coming back up. And we're going to bring the heels in, so the toes are pointing out. And we're just going to have a little play around here before we move into goddess pose. So coming down, again here, just be careful with the knees. Make sure your knees are tracking over your toes. And just have a play around to what feels nice and feels a really nice kind of deep stretch in your hips here. Our hips can be a really tight place for us, so it doesn't matter how far you get down. It's not about getting your bum to the ground or anything like that. Just have a play around to what feels good and comfortable for you. You might come here into a frog pose where your heels are lifted. That often is quite enough for me. I've got quite tight hips. You might want to move into, if you've got the range there, into goddess pose. So our heels down. And we can use our elbows here to push back the knees to make sure that they're not caving in. This is a great one for feeling grounded and connected. Coming back up. Slowly rolling the body up. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. I'm just going to move to the other end of the mat so I don't have my back to you on this side. So again, standing in mountain pose, can we feel those roots from our feet going deep into the ground? And then bringing our left foot back to a 45 degrees and making sure that our front knee is over our front ankle. Into warrior one. Arms overhead, stretching, reaching up, but our shoulders down. And then we're going to rain the arms down, bringing them behind your back, clasping your hands, and we're going to tilt, leaning forward. This might be enough. If you want to progress further down into humble warrior, I invite you to do so now. Pushing through the front foot, we're going to raise back up, releasing the hands, pivoting the back foot to 90 degrees, arms out, and we're in warrior two. So just embracing your inner warrior. What's a mantra or an affirmation that you can be saying here to yourself? I am strong. I'm a kick-ass warrior. I've got this. I can do anything. Straightening that front knee, arms down, hands to hips, feet forward, and we're going to tilt forward again into that wide leg forward fold. So coming down, letting your hands land wherever feels good. Maybe it's on the calves, the ankles, the knees, the mat. All of it's okay. hands back to the hips, tilting back up. We're going to bring the ankles in, the toes out, and again coming back round, down, maybe having another little play around frog and goddess pose, just letting yourself feel that stretch and deepen into the hips. And coming in, settling in to whatever feels comfortable for you. Hands to the ground, and we're going to peel up, tiptoe our feet in. Maybe another little ragdoll, shaking of the head. Maybe a little bounce. And we're going to come down to a sitting position, just to come down onto our backs. So we're going to bring both our knees in and give yourself a big hug. This is really good for the hips that we've been working on, and a nice feeling on the lower back. Give yourself a little kiss too. Show yourself some love to your knees. This is a really nice massage along the lower back, going from side to side. And then we're going to extend the right knee out, keeping that left knee in. We're just going to guide it over. It's not a strong pull, just guiding it over to the right. We might look over the left shoulder with our left arm out. Just feeling that really nice stretch along the glutes and kind of rinsing of the spine here. A nice twist along the spine. Coming back, we're going to swap over the knees, plugging in the right knee. And again, just gently guiding it over to the left, rinsing out the spine. I always love these twists. It always just feels like it's like my spine's a dirty tea towel, and I'm rinsing out all of that old kind of stagnant water in there. Bringing the knees up, we're going to go into happy baby. So bringing our hands to the outside of our feet, having a little play around. You might sway from side to side. You might stretch one leg out and the other one. Again, this is a really nice stretch just with all that hip work that we've been doing around our root chakra where it's located. And then straightening the legs out, coming into Shavasana. I invite you to stay here as long as you have. It's really nice to make sure that you've got the time to integrate what we've just practiced through. But if not, thank you for moving with me.